Good afternoon, everybody. We'll wait. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman.
Wow, what a nice day in the neighborhood we have today. Today, standing in for our illustrious chairman, Benninghoff, we have Lou Schmidt. If anybody didn't know Lou Schmidt is from Altoona. Okay, there's only one other thing that comes from Altoona, and that's the curve. Okay, so before he gets into all this, I just want to make sure everybody knows he's from Altoona, and he's not to talk about it or will be called out of order. That's part of the House rules that I get to call. But I thank you all for coming today. Hope everyone had a wonderful Easter holiday and Passover. And I call this meeting in House Transportation to order. I'm reminded all members this meeting is being broadcast and recording. Evan, can you please take roll call?
Chairman Nielsen,
Here.
Bellman,
Designation.
Curry,
Designation.
Guzman,
Designation.
Hohenstein, Isaacson, Madsen,
Here.
McAndrew,
Present.
Mullins,
Designation.
O'Mara,
Designation.
Powell, Sappy, Schusterman, Siegel,
Here.
Chairman Benninghoff,
Designation.
Bernstein,
Designation.
Devanzo,
Designation. Oh, sorry, he's here.
Flood, Ham,
Here.
Labs, Brinkavage,
Designation.
Shurin, Schmidt,
Here.
Smith, Stambaugh,
Designation.
Tomlinson.
We have a quorum. Good. And Representative Bellman joined us here in person as well. All right, the chair calls up House Bill 646, printers number 655, introduced by Representative Zach Mako. Kyle, can you please give us a summary of the bill?
House Bill 646 by Representative Mako amends the vehicle code to allow motorcycle operators to operate a motorcycle with one or more headphones or earphones or protective headgear with the same capabilities. Currently, motorcycle operators can only operate a motorcycle with a headset that provides sound through one ear in conjunction with a cell phone or other communication device. Recent technology has allowed many motorcycle helmets, which are required by law to be worn while operating a motorcycle, to have built-in technology that allows some form of speakers to be in the helmet. House Bill 646 would essentially allow this sort of technology to be used by motorcycle operators. Abate is supportive of the legislation. PennDOT is neutral, and the Pennsylvania Chief of Police Association is opposed to the legislation due to safety concerns. Last session, the bill passed out of the House of Representatives 198-2.
Thank you, Kyle. We also been joined in person by Representative Rick Cavich. The question is, will the committee report the bill? I asked the members to support this bill. This bill came through the House committee last year unanimously and also passed out of the entire body of the House of 198-2. The question was brought up about helmets, and this technology, I believe this bill works really good because it actually puts helmets on people. We see people riding up and down all the highways all across the Commonwealth with no helmets at all. There was some concern that, well, maybe they can't hear. Well, they have one open ear. And let's be honest, some motorcycles are very loud. So this is getting a helmet on somebody. So I look at this as not only a safety perspective in more ways than one. So I ask for the members to please vote in affirmative of House Bill 646. Are there any questions or comments on the bill? Seeing none. Question is, the committee report the bill. Okay, those in favor of the bill will be voting A. Those opposed, no. Are there any negative votes on House Bill 646? Representative Curry. Any other negative votes? Seeing none, House Bill 646 will be reported as committed at 25-1. So if you're wondering why we're a little slower here today, it's because they changed the way we call up bills, and this is our first time going through this script, so you'll hear a little change. So we're all going to go through these growing pains here, because just when I thought I had myself trained to do something, they changed the rules here, and I'm real good at this. So the next bill on the agenda is House Bill 960 by Representative Hill Evans. The chair calls up House Bill 960, printers number 1034, introduced by Rep. Carol Hill Evans. Kyle, can you please give us a summary of the bill?
House Bill 960 by Representative Carol Hill Evans. This bill allows individuals subject to lifetime disqualification of commercial driving privileges, or CDL, to apply for reinstatement of their CDL, subject to certain limitations. Currently, CDL holders receive a lifetime disqualification if they are convicted of at least 2 disqualifying offenses in any combination, including DUI, refusing a chemical test, fleeing the scene of an accident, driving without a valid CDL, and causing a person's death because of negligent operation of a vehicle. Federal regulations allow for states to implement a CDL reinstatement program as provided for in this bill. Under this bill, to have a CDL reinstated, a person is subject to PennDOT's discretion, and they must fulfill certain requirements, including voluntary entrance and completion of an appropriate rehabilitation program if the disqualification was the result of DUI or refusing a chemical test, attendance and completion of an approved driver improvement course, payment of the CDL restoration fee, meeting all CDL requirements under federal and state law, compliance with all requirements or conditions imposed by the court, and no convictions of any disqualifying offenses within the preceding 10 years. Persons convicted of using a commercial vehicle in the commission of a felony involving controlled substances or human trafficking are ineligible for a CDL reinstatement. Persons approved for a reinstatement who are subsequently convicted of any one disqualifying offense are subject to a permanent lifetime disqualification of CDL and are ineligible for future reinstatement. Last session, this bill was approved by the committee unanimously, and it passed the House 155 to 48. And there is one amendment filed to the bill.
Thank you. The question is, will the committee report the bill? I offer Amendment A00362. Kyle, please give a summary of the amendment.
Amendment A00362 by Chairman Ed Nielsen. This amendment is agreed to by the prime sponsor. This amendment prohibits reinstatement of CDL for a person convicted of fleeing the scene of an accident which resulted in the death of a person, or an offense that caused the death of a person as a result of a motor vehicle accident through the negligent operation of any motor vehicle. This amendment also makes other technical changes.
Question is, will the committee agree to the amendment? I ask the members to support this amendment. It is agreed to by the prime sponsor. Are there any questions or comments on Amendment A00362? Seeing none. On the question, those in favor of the amendment will vote aye. Those opposed, no. Are there any negative votes on Amendment A00362? Seeing none. On the question, ayes are 26, nays are 0. Amendment A00362 is agreed to. Question recurs. Will the committee report the bill as amended? I ask the members to support this bill. Trucking plays a critical role in the United States economy, transporting approximately 72.6% of the nation's freight by weight, and generally nearly 1/3 of the state fuels tax revenue. Despite its indispensable role, the industry is facing a critical shortage of drivers, 160,000 by 2030. To address this issue, I want to thank Representative Hill Evans for leading and ask the members to support the bill. Any comments or questions on House Bill 960 as amended? Seeing none, those in favor of reporting the bill as amendment will vote aye. Those opposed, no. Are there any negative votes on House Bill 960 as amended? Representative Ham. Got a couple no's. Representative Dominic. Evan, can you do a roll call, please? Make it easier.
Chairman Nielsen,
Yes.
Bellman, Curry,
Designation, yes.
Guzman,
Designation, yes.
Hohenstein, Isaacson, Madsen,
Yes.
McAndrew,
Aye.
Mullins,
Designation, yes.
O'Mara,
Designation, yes.
Powell.
Oh,
Sappy. Schusterman. Siegel. Chairman Benninghoff.
Designation, yes.
Bernstein.
Designation, yes.
Devanzo.
No.
Blood. Ham. Labs. Rinkavage. Shurin. Schmidt.
Yes.
Smith. Stambaugh.
Yes.
Tomlinson.
On the question, the ayes are 24, the nays are 2. House Bill 960 will be reported. The chair calls up House Resolution 95, printers number 825, introduced by Representative Brandon McCozick. Kyle, can you please give us a summary of the resolution?
House Resolution 95 by Representative Brandon Markozik. This resolution recognizes the week of April 21st through April 25th, 2025 as National Work Zone Awareness Week in Pennsylvania. There are no amendments filed.
The question is, will the committee report the resolution? I ask the members to support the resolution. National Work Zone Awareness Week is an annual event that promotes safe driving habits in highway work zones at the beginning of the roadway construction season. This event focuses on reducing work zone crashes and fatalities. Our committee in the last sessions did milestones to make sure our work zones on highways are safe. So I'd ask to appreciate a yes vote. Any other questions or comments on House Resolution 95? On the question, Chair, those voting in favor of the resolution as committed will vote aye. Those opposed will vote no. Are there any negative votes on House Resolution 95? Seeing none, House Resolution 95 will be reported as committed. The chair calls up House Resolution 187, printers number 1372, introduced by Representative Robert Matsey. Kyle, please give us a summary of the resolution.
House Resolution 187 by Representative Robert Matsey. This resolution recognizes May 10th, 2025 as National Train Day in Pennsylvania. There are no amendments filed.
Question is, will the committee report the resolution? I ask the members to support the resolution. National Train Day was first established in 2008 to educate the public about the rich history of our nation's trains and the advantages of rail travel. Now more than ever, rail travel is an essential part of our transportation infrastructure, helping to reduce the congestion on roads and the skies, connecting cities and rural communities, and providing more environmentally friendly modes of transportation that contributes to our energy security. I ask the members to support the resolution. Are there any questions or comments? Seeing none. I knew Altoona was going to get a shout out here, right? Chairman Schmidt, please.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Chairman Matsey for his resolution. And I would just, the only comment I would make is that every day is train day in Altoona, Pennsylvania. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, I come from that little piece of Philadelphia. When we don't see the L come, we think it's Christmas time because we see no L. You know, are there any negative votes on House Resolution 187? Seeing on House Resolution 187 will be reported as committed. The chair calls up House Resolution 196, printers number 1413, introduced by myself. Kyle, please give us a summary of the resolution.
House Resolution 196 by Chairman Ed Nielsen. This resolution designates the month of April 2025 as Distracted Driving Awareness Month in Pennsylvania. There are no amendments filed.
The question is, will the committee report the resolution? I ask to support the resolution throughout the country. And here in Pennsylvania, distracted driving is a leading cause of car crashes that result in death, serious injury. This morning, I had a call to come to the office of Eileen Miller. If you remember last year, we did a Rosemary Brown bill, and Eileen fought for it for 12 years after losing her son. And she wanted to take a ride up. And I said, Eileen, you don't need to come up. We know she's doing education all throughout the country and trying to get other states to do what we did, to put the phones down and take a break and don't text, don't distract the driving. And with that, I it's just a constant reminder. And I told Miss Miller, I said, look right up on my wall, no matter where you look in my walls, in my office, no matter which part of my office are, if you're here in Philadelphia or here in Harrisburg or home in Philadelphia, it's just a reminder. I have her picture as the governor signed that bill into law last year. just as a reminder, because we all get caught up in a lot of things. And I just want to thank her for all her hard work, and that this will just to keep things going. And that's the goal here, just to make sure everybody's aware. PennDOT is about to kick off. I don't want to speak on their behalf, but I'm sure the secretary is going to kick off, because this law is really going to take an effect next year on texting and driving. And they're going to have a whole campaign, education campaign, to make sure that our new drivers and our old drivers are safe. And we looked at a little example, be the seatbelt law. When seatbelt law came out, I was a kid, and my dad cut his seatbelt out and made me wear mine. All right. So I'm asking all the moms and dads, put the phone down, show your kids an example, stop the distracted driving. We do it too much. Are there any questions or comments on House Resolution 196? Seeing none, any negative votes on House Resolution 196? Seeing none, House Resolution 196 will be reported as committed. Thank you all. Sorry it took a little longer than I thought, but new rules, new era, huh? But look, just a little shout out to our Kerry Benninghoff today. Hope he feels better. He's not feeling real good. A little under the weather today. That's what holds him back from being here, but he will be here later on this afternoon. I look forward to seeing him. Have a great day, everybody. This meeting is adjourned.